Right of the things that have brought you shame.
I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle.
Right of the
I want
things
you
that
to
have brought you
breathe.
pain.
We have been having an amazing healing series. And tonight,
Release the pain onto the pages.
it's gonna be that type of night.
Allow peace to rise and replace it. Release the pain onto the pages.
She was high in here right now. Look at this moment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Cards fell out. It was frozen, but that wasn't gonna stop me. Already? It's already freezing? It's not even letting me know on this end.
Now, gently lift your head.
Whoa.
And watch the
It's
waves
gonna be one of those nights.
as they roll towards you.
Really?
See how easily
Whoa.
they fade
I
away.
already know it's gonna be one of those nights. It didn't let me
Mentally
know.
lift yourself up. And with your notebook in hand,
Okay.
walk towards the ocean.
I didn't know it was frozen
Now.
already.
Gently rip out the page of pain
It's gonna be one of those nights.
and fold it into the shape of a boat.
I didn't know it had froze as soon as I got on, sis. Thank you for telling me that. Normally, hey goddess, I am great. I did. Thank you so much. With your help, I was able to have an amazing self-care day today. Thank you. I feel so refreshed. I got some good rest. I ended up getting a massage, and that's really all I needed to move some energy. I didn't get to my chiropractor, but I did get a massage. Thanks to you. Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. I am refreshed. And then I took a long nap after a shower. I took a long nap, like 3 hours. So yes, I feel great. I already know it's going to be that type of night tonight. Normally, what will happen is it will tell me if the connection is weak. Right now, it's saying that it's perfect. So please, I ask that you share with me when and if it starts freezing, because I'm intrigued now about not only Mercury retrograde, but in conjunction with the TikTok algorithm, in conjunction with a few people that were taking offense to the truths that they had to live through. So as we move forward in this healing conversation, I am so thankful for you guys updating me and letting me know how it goes, so then I can report afterwards to TikTok and let them know how the connection is. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right on in. I have a few things that I already have on my mind. 2 cards already hitting the floor, and I have a whole table right here in front of me. So those that know, if you're new here, welcome. But those that know, when the cards are hitting the floor, that means, all right, I see it. I see it freezing now. Nope, it's the live. Yep, I see it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We already know it's going to be that type of night, you guys. I am outside The connection is much better than it was last night where I am. So the freezing has nothing to do with the connection. Mercury's in retrograde, so we are going to be tested in our patience. We are going to be tested in communication with technology. And I am asking that you just stick with it, because if it started freezing before I even opened my mouth, I know that tonight's message, just like every other night we have, is something super duper powerful. I want to give a shout out to our girl Heavenly for sending the donation last night that assisted me in being able to have a self-care Monday. I normally do self-care Sundays, and I wasn't able to. Thank you, Goddess. I wasn't able to do a self-care Sunday the way that I would like to, but today I was able to have a self-care Monday, and I'm feeling so good. And because I'm feeling this good, I know the message that I have to share tonight. I am fully open, I am fully refreshed, and I am ready. So I'm going to show the 2 cards that fell on the floor. And the cards that fell on the floor would lead me to believe this is what Spirit wants to talk about right now. But for those of us who have already been together every night for the past week, it's not going to surprise you. It's not going to surprise you. Those who are new and watching this is a timeless message. Every single live is timeless. So that means if I post it later and you're watching it later, or you're watching it live right now, the messages still apply to you. What's up, my girl? Elisia's in here in the building. So we already know what it is. We already know how it is. And right before the live, I did something that I don't want to say triggered me, but it was actually difficult for me to do. So I'm going to share that too. So the 2 cards that fell out, y'all. Abracadabra. 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 Spirit told you to hop on real quick and see, because these 2 cards popped out. Cycles are ending. But this card came out as well. And the Devil card is a very interesting card, because the Devil card represents not only passions, the Devil card represents distractions, but the Devil card actually can, in some instances, represent determination. Represent, I don't give a what you say and what's going on. I'm about to do what I'm about to do. So in this reading and in this message, I'm truly believing that what's happening is that the distractions are leaving. Everything is being put out. Yes, hell-bent. Everything is being, thank you for that. I like that term, hell-bent. Everything is being put left out on the table. Like, things are being revealed in this retrograde. Things are coming to the surface. The residue is getting shaken off. But what we are doing, where we are in our power, where we are in our awareness, where we are in our spirit, in our rejuvenation, in our refreshed position, we are hell-bent on making sure that we manifest what we desire. We are going beyond the insecurities. We're going beyond the discomfort. We are going beyond anyone who doesn't agree. We're going beyond having to explain or having to work through old memory. We're going beyond that. We are at a place where we are saying, I don't care what it takes. I'm going to get what I came to get. And I believe this is a great place to start tonight. I believe this is a great place to start tonight. Y'all know I be flowing in the music. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Ashe, absolutely. I am done listening to reasoning. Yes, reality or what? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is for you. This is for you. This is 7 cycles completing. This is for you. Willing to look cray-cray. Long as we know what it is. Absolutely. And y'all are right on it. Thank you for leading in this conversation, because I have such an amazing opportunity. I shared before, and I know I got so much to share about this conference for this weekend, but it's so much. I don't know where to begin. I'm working through channeling everything. I had some clients pulling on me as well, but it's going to unfold. And I'm going to make sure that those of us that come on this live, my family, y'all, we family, y'all, right on the nose, right? That my family gets the information first. So don't worry about it. Y'all gonna hear about it before I make like an official post, right? So I have an amazing opportunity to get an official office space in the film studio. So I am so freaking excited about that. The reason why I'm excited about that is because Spirit is positioning me and placing me, like I've already made the connections with the people. Thank you so much. I've already made the connections with the people. So Spirit is positioning me there to be there permanently. They've worked out where I can have all access for, when I tell you like this much, I used to have my own office and I ended up leasing it out to another client. So I cannot go back to my old office. Thank you so much. Yes. I am so excited. So I already had my own office. I ended up leasing it out, and I am not able to break the contract and kick them out for the sake of me doing what I'm doing now. So the challenges that have been coming up is I've been doing work out of my home. I've been doing work remotely because I've been traveling. It really wasn't an issue. But this past weekend, one of the things that came up in my spirit was like, okay, I gotta get my office. Like, I have so much equipment that I have in storage. I gotta get this out. Like, all of that started coming up to the surface. All of that started bubbling up. The things that I needed to get, the things that I don't need to rebuy because I have it in storage. I just don't have a place to keep it. I'm not inviting people to my home. I'm not wanting to, travel all over the place trying to meet people. Even though I have done this for years, I do not like meetings, y'all. Let me let y'all know. I do not like those professional meetings where we got to sit there and meet for coffee. I don't like that. I'm like, I need a space where people can come to me. The people that I've networked with are already in that community and in that building. The building is where all of the film execs have their offices. So if you don't know what building I'm talking about, where I am in Georgia, in the building and where I've been working, networking, where I've been placed, where I am every Wednesday is in a space literally, when I say across the street, I mean like right here. Like, it's the building parking lot studios where they filmed all of the Marvel movies, Steve Harvey in, what's the show that he does? The game show. What's the game show? It's leaving me. Steve Harvey, the game show he's hosting. They film there. It's basically the Hollywood of the South. Family Feud. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Mercury retrograde, right? Family Feud is filmed there. Artists have filmed concerts there, and I have the opportunity to have all access. Mailbox, office, everything for this much of what I paid for with my other office. The challenge is I have to make sure to secure at least 2 months before I can start. So when we're talking about our relationship with money, we're talking about healing those old money wounds. I'm sitting here decreeing, declaring what I desire. Here it is in my face. And now anxiety is starting to tempt me. Now I'm starting to feel like, okay, my son has a summer project that he is offering. He was able to present. We have investors that we're meeting with this week. I'm like, I don't have time to wait till next month, like June, because y'all already know, like, May is here as far as bills go. And even though my money is taking care of my bills, this is something on top of that. So I'm like, I'm just going to have to decree and declare and demand my desires. So the idea that came to me, hey, what's up? Welcome back. So the idea that came to me was like, do a GoFundMe or a crowdfunding. I've never done crowdfunding. Never. Like, just thank to goodness, even though I come from a ghetto family, most of us have had our life insurance together. So I've never done car washes to, right on the nose, I've never done car washes to raise money. I've never done, like, I've done corporate fundraisers and supported people, but more so like events. I've never done a GoFundMe. I've never done like an ask if I ever do a promo. You know, it's like, hey, I'm offering this membership, I'm offering this, you know, I do that type of stuff. But asking people to support me with getting this office really made me stuck for a moment. Like, I was stuck. It was muscle memory. Y'all see my nose itching, right? It was muscle memory. I was sitting, and when I tell you this was just like 3 hours ago. This wasn't like a long time ago. This was 3 hours ago. After everything that we've been doing, after everything we've been discussing, 3 hours ago, I was sitting there like, what do I need to do? Show me how this is going to happen. Crowdfunding popped up. I did a Google search. Yes, I did a Google search, Ashe, and I said, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I don't care that I've never done it before. I don't care about the stigma behind it. It's only $1,500 that I'm fundraising. I can get that in a day or two. I know exactly who to send it to. I don't know if they're going to donate or not, but I'm believing the 1st of May, like within the next few days, I will be signing the contract to that office because I have things already in place. I have meetings already in place. And all I have to do is make sure to let them know to meet me there. So I did it. I shared the link. I've already in like 2 hours raised $200. I haven't checked it yet, but from the $1,500 that I'm requesting, I've already raised $200. And I just shared it in like 4 different places so far. I shared that to say, the cycles are ending in us feeling as if we need to do things a certain way that we've been used to doing it. We need to position ourselves in a certain way in order to receive it. We are hell-bent on making sure what we desire gets done. We don't give a flying flip about who's sitting here talking about what, as long as are you on or are you off? Are you with me or are you not? Are we in it together or are we not? If you can't donate, share the link. If you can donate, do it now. I don't have time to ask what it's for an office. I did the whole blurb. My son helped me do the whole, he's 14, so he's helping me. He did the whole blurb thing. Let's put it out there. I'm letting y'all know this is what we need to do. Are you helping me or are you not? Either way, it's gonna get done. And so I was eager to get on here and share that that's the energy that we have shifted into in the past couple of nights. So I'm in the group chat, right? And I share with one of my sisters who immediately donates. And she's sharing about her processing and feeling vulnerable. And it was something about that word that hit me. It was something about feeling vulnerable. That spirit was like, listen to that word. Surrender can be difficult once you are in control of your reality. That's Ashe, the balance. So you own it, Heavenly. Thank you. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. I'm already excited. I came on here excited. Y'all know how we do. So my homegirl Melanie, my sis, she's like, I've been feeling vulnerable, and I'm just, you know, we're talking, we're going back and forth, and I'm telling her I'm preparing to go on the live. And Spirit says, look up the etymology of vulnerable. And vulnerable means to wound or to be wounded. to be exposed and to be open to be wounded. And so when we're feeling vulnerable, Spirit says we're remembering the wounds. We're looking at past wounds. So our vulnerability is nothing but the ego reminding us of the times when we were attacked, the times when we were let down, the times that we were disappointed, the times that we were abused, the times that we were manipulated, the times that all those things happened that weren't in our favor. Well, caught and corrected, it all works out in our favor, that weren't favorable, that didn't taste good, that didn't feel good. And so in those moments when we are feeling vulnerable, Spirit said to me, this is what it is, Melanie's here. Spirit said to me, the vulnerability is exactly where you need to be. When you are feeling vulnerable, it is Spirit mending the places your mind and your avatar has been holding on to, has had challenges in forgetting. When you are feeling vulnerable, that is a moment of surgery. That is the moment of healing. The vulnerability is the open door or the key to open the doors to more opportunities. And the people, yes, and the people who have learned to find their power, find their peace, find their refreshing, find their excitement in vulnerability are the ones that are manifesting quickly. Spirit showed me just in that moment, Melanie, when you showed this, and this was like what, 8:15? This was like 45 minutes before we started the live. And I told her, I was like, you taking me through a whole rabbit hole right now that I got to share on the live. Like, I had to share this with y'all. I was like, Melanie, get on. She was like, I'm already watching. She had already said that. But I was like, we got to talk about this on the live, right? Hiding behind the trauma and you feel exposed. Absolutely. But the vulnerability is not the exposure. See, this is what I believed at the same time. And what Spirit is sharing with me, and I know I might seem a little intellectual right now, but I'm taking y'all through the thoughts and the rabbit hole that I'm feeling in this moment. I have a glare in these glasses. I'm going to take them off. Because I've been reading auras, so my eyes are a little bit tender, a little sensitive. So I had to put my glasses on. But I'm going to take them off because I see the glare. Okay, so that's what I believed. And what Spirit is saying, it's not the exposure. Spirit is saying it's like pushing the button. When you feel vulnerable, it's like Spirit saying, aha, right there. That's where it is. Here's the key. This is where you're going. Open this up. Walk through this door. This is what you need to do. Don't move from here. It's like literally hitting the spot, Spirit says. Let's call it the V spot, okay? The V spot is actually where we get to get ourselves in a place of elevation, in a sweet spot of abundance, in a sweet spot of prosperity. So in those moments when we feel vulnerable, it is not for us to feel naked and open to be wounded. It is remembering the wounds that we've already endured. It is ego showing up to remind us of our past. It is an indicator that ego is feeling uneasy. It is an indicator that ego is saying there's something different. It is liberation. It is clarity. Yes. Don't worry. I'm working to grab it too. In the moments when we are feeling vulnerable, what Spirit is saying, it is not us being exposed. The etymology of the word, not just what people believe the word means. Because when we look at Webster's dictionary, this is just English, which we know English is a bastard language, which is a combination of all other languages, and therefore it has multiple meanings. So I have learned in the past years is when a word is something significant, or I'm using a word to communicate a significant message or any message in that matter, I get to the etymology of the word, the breakdown of it. So you can get an etymology dictionary. They have them on Google. An etymology dictionary, which will tell you what the root of the word is, where the word derives from. It'll take you through the culture. It will really break down what that word means. So the word vulnerable or vulnerous is to wound or to be wounded. It talks about the wound. It doesn't talk about being exposed. And a wound doesn't necessarily mean a gunshot. It doesn't mean an open, gaping hole. A wound can be a cut. A wound can be a bruise. A wound can be a puncture. A wound can be a gaping hole. Regardless of what the size of the wound is, Spirit says, where we are shifting in perspectives and in our divine position in the present is knowing that when we are feeling vulnerable, it is our spirit stepping up and saying, this is where your breakthrough is. This is where the door is. You feel like you're still being exposed. We just have negative connotation towards the word exposure. Let's look up the etymology of exposure. Y'all, I love this. Okay, I've never shared, well, I don't want to say I've never shared it. I rarely share that I am sapiosexual. I'm demisapio-sexual, which really means that I'm like turned on. I'm not hitting on you. Let's make that clear. But I'm turned on by intellect and connection, okay? Yes. All right, so I want to look it up. Y'all gonna flow with me? Y'all gonna flow. I'm gonna pull some cards. We gonna ask questions, but I'm about to look it up because this really has me like in this moment where I would have never. I'm telling y'all right now. Oh, so y'all sapiosexuals too? Okay, I know that's why we connected, sis. So I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna pull it up now. I'm on a different computer, so I gotta write it in. So let's look up the etymology of exposure. Y'all flow with me. To expose. 17th century English. Let's see. Let's look at it. Exposure is the experience of something. The action of, here we go. The action of placing oneself at risk. The action of placing oneself at risk. Exposure. The revelation of an identity or fact, especially one that has been concealed or likely to arouse disapproval. So here we are. Look at us being all intellectual. I love brilliant women. I love brilliant men. I love brilliant family. That's the negative connotation. So the exposure that you're feeling means that you may be feeling that you're putting yourself at risk, that something is being revealed that has been concealed. You're being exposed, but it is likely to arouse disapproval. That's where the negative connotation comes from. But, or caught and corrected, yet when you are vulnerable, there is no risk of disapproval. You are not placing oneself at risk. Y'all flowing with me? Y'all got it? Is it just me? Am I here in the hole by myself? I know I'm not. I know y'all with me. So the vulnerability is where spirit is encouraging us to be, not in the exposure. The vulnerability is where the healing is. Healing where it hurts. It may hurt a little bit, but the exposure is the risk. When you exposing yourself, when you're saying, hey, here I am, that is not what we're doing when we're being vulnerable. And I believe that's where the avatar, the brain, remember, the brain can only give out what we've been putting in. And because prior to now, we have not done the work to break down the word and really get down to the root of where it's coming from and what's being explained and what's being expected when we use these words. Anytime, I have food here. I'm dropping stuff. I'm getting excited. Anytime we feel that we are being vulnerable, we're automatically feeling that we're placing ourselves at risk. That we're placing ourselves in a position of disapproval, where something is being revealed, that's being exposed. When you're being vulnerable, you're acknowledging the past wounds. When you're being vulnerable, spirit is looking and saying, this is the place where healing needs to be. Exposure may be a good thing for an artist. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna cover my food. Exposure may be a good thing for an artist, but maybe we need to change that type of language around our art. Maybe we need to use more words like promotion and support and empowerment and employment and implorement instead of exposure. Possibly that's why, as creatives, it is difficult for us to share our art. Possibly, that's why when we say we can do this for exposure, we're sitting there kind of balancing, is it worth it? Because we're considering the risk of disapproval. Oh, that's so yummy. Oh, that's so yummy. I appreciate y'all. Oh, that tastes good. Oh, that is so yummy to my spirit. Oh, I love learning new things. I love when y'all draw me in. I love when we're healing together. I love coming here every night and sharing on a deeper level. I love being in purpose. I love connecting in purpose. I love y'all. I really, really, really do. I love you. I love my family, and I'm so excited about it. So in that moment when my sister Melanie was discussing or sharing what she was feeling or experiencing, it hit me, and spirit is like, that's exactly where she needed to be. That's exactly where I needed to be in the same moment, because she continued to share that in that moment she was feeling vulnerable. A beautiful butterfly visited her. What did we talk about in a couple of nights ago? The butterfly evolving into the eagle. Not ego, eagle, the bird. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, sis. Always change it. Oh, when we talk about vulnerability, the liability of a partnership to higher penalties, there's the accountability. When being vulnerable, there is accountability. A bridge to it, the liability of partnership or higher penalties, either by convention or through having won one game toward, okay, that's in bridge. That's in the game. But even still, using it reveals to me that when we are in a position of vulnerability, we must lean in further into spirit in order to unlock the desires, in order to unlock the purpose in that moment. But we also have to be accountable in our position in order to know, discern, and receive what the manifestation is. Woo! I don't want any more evil eyes on me. That keeps me from attracting beautiful people feels good. But then the new devils, new levels. Listen. Here's the crazy thing. These devils, this is green tea, y'all. It's Arizona. I just want to let y'all know. Greetings. It's a green tea. Just want to let y'all know what's in my glass, because I know on camera it looks a little suspect, but it's Arizona. I promise you, it's a green tea. Just want to share with y'all right now. That moment was beyond liberation for me. Melanie stepped up and said yes. Melanie, in her vulnerability and in connection in my vulnerability, invested in that and led in the spirit to get me closer to the goal. She was in celebration of her accomplishing her goal, seeing what she had desired, completing a project. Y'all hear those sirens? There's sirens in the distance. And this is where I got excited about being vulnerable. Because even though it didn't feel good, even though it wasn't a place I wanted to be, even though I've been receiving and channeling the messages the same time you've been channeling and receiving the messages along with me and leading in such amazing conversations, there were still challenges when it came to me remembering the wounds, me wanting to show up in a space, me fighting to make sure that I'm not a dollar short nor a day late. Ego reminding me to make sure that when I am in a space to take full advantage of the opportunity and the time. Ego making sure that all things are in order, because that's what ego is there to do. Ego is there to make sure that I am safe. Ego is there to remind me of the things. The only thing is, ego is very immature. Ego cannot lead. Ego is the one that's only worrying about the exposure. Ego is not digging deeper and finding where the healing is in vulnerability. How good it is. So I want to reiterate, because I know there's a couple of you that have been here, and I don't know if I've shared this in depth. The hashtag Healing Where It Hurts is next month a year old. Mental Health Awareness Month is in May. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I want to share. Greetings, Tanya. What's up? I want to share why I'm so passionate about healing where it hurts. And this was a confirmation, so to speak. Thank you for sharing the live. This was a confirmation, so to speak. This was an affirmation, so to speak. This was a connection, so to speak. A reminder of why I'm here. A reminder of why I show up every night at 9. A reminder of why we are connecting the way that we're connecting. A reminder on why the live would sometimes freeze only when we talking about certain subjects. A reminder of why the music wouldn't play during certain times. A reminder of why I get so excited every time it's time for me to come on live, regardless of what I had to do during the day. And it's the healing where it hurts. And I want to share what that was last year, because so many times we have been so focused on the healing parts. So focused on the healing parts. Your family is Pentecostal, your pastor, Well, I grew up missionary Baptist, so I wasn't as deep as the Pentecostals. Y'all Pentecostals, woo! Y'all just as deep as the Kojics. Don't worry about being cut off. You being cut off is being sanctified. Sanctified means to be set apart. So while they believe that they're doing something, they're actually working in the word that they say that they serve. So yeah. So you're being sanctified right now. You're being set apart. Right. Your source is cool. We here with you. You got your whole family here. You got your whole family here. I've been escorted out of pulpits. I was an ordained youth minister, but let me continue about healing where it hurts, and we're going to talk about that too, right? So what Spirit shared with me last year is that a lot of us have been doing a lot of healing work, but we've been doing healing work in areas where I don't want to say it didn't matter, but areas that were too easy. We were healing in areas that we knew we had been messed up in, like procrastination, toxic friendships, food, diet. We've been healing in music. We've been healing in areas where Spirit is like, there is a special people that I'm going to guide you to, which is you. This was last year. So now here's the manifestation, right? Spirit was sharing with me last year, there were a group of people that I'm going to guide you to that I have to heal where it hurts. When you go to the doctor is going to ask you what's wrong. And if you tell the doctor everything is fine, the doctor can't see your pain. The doctor may see an expression of pain. You may be limping, you may be frowning, you may be sweating. You may not be able to sit right. You may hold your body a certain way. The doctor may see your expression of pain, but you still have to let the doctor know where it hurts. And in Spirit, a lot of times we have gotten used to blanketing healing over everything. We had a time last night, absolutely. So in healing, we normally just blanket everything. Oh, I'm healing. Healing from what? Oh, I'm healing from my boyfriend. I'm healing from a past lover. I'm healing from toxic family members, toxic friends. No, where's the accountability in it? Where's the ownership of it? A lot of times we don't want to be accountable. We don't want to own it. We lie to ourselves and say we always want to do those I am affirmations or I am not affirmations. I'm not saying dig a little deeper. That's right. But in any type of AA meeting, any type of counseling, you have to first acknowledge where it hurts. Now, I will say this. I do not believe after you haven't had a drink in 20 years that you're going to show up and keep saying you're an alcoholic. You were not. You have just contradicted what alcoholism is. If you have been clean, you are now clean. So that's a whole nother story. I'm saying when it is hurting, when you are processing the pain, where does it hurt? A lot of times we don't want the doctor to touch it. It hurts too bad. So let's leave it alone. I'm a little too tender right there. Don't touch it. My back hurts, but I don't want you to touch it. And those of us who are healing where it hurts, the reason why I post the things that I post, the reason why I'm writing letters to myself, the reason why I started getting on TikTok, the reason why I'm dedicating myself even more in exposure and vulnerability is because I have been called to make sure to be an example of healing where it hurts, not just healing. You can put a Band-Aid on anything. There are levels to this. A paper cut hurts and then you forget about it real quick until you look down at it. You might need a little Band-Aid. Oh yeah, I messed that up. But if you break a leg and the doctor says, or your leg is, let's say when I had a hiking trip almost 2 years ago. What is this? This 2023, so 2021. Until that lemon get on it, that vinegar get on it. So 2021, I went on a hiking trip in Georgia. I'm from Northern California, so I'm not new to hiking. Regardless of me being a thick girl, it's cool. People are telling me, oh, the hike is cool. It's about 40 of us out there. There were children there, 5-year-old. My son is there. We're having a good time. Mother Nature did her thing. We went. We saw a waterfall. It was about 2.5 mile hike. It had been raining a few weeks before, so we had to do some detours. On the way back, tsunami type of rain. If you've ever been to Georgia and you know how that rain is, crazy rain. I could have lost my life. My son and I got separated for 2 hours. A trip that took us about 45 minutes to get in with breaks took us almost 3 hours to get out of. I was with military men, even Haitian refugees. The bridge had got rushed away. Raging waters with slate rocks. Other people that we didn't know were getting hurt. There's rumors that some people lost their lives. We had to create a human chain, and my big self had to be carried and lifted over a river. It was one of the most scariest experiences that I have ever had in my life. My knee got knocked out of place walking up a hill in a mountain on the side. I slipped, my knee is out of place. Like, I thought it was broken, but you can see the bulge. So the men that were with me had experience, and they said, Jay, we're going to have to put your knee back into place. I couldn't stand on it. I cried like a baby. I begged them to do everything but. I'm like, can 3 of y'all carry me? I know I'm a big girl, but these some big dudes. These some big muscular men. Y'all don't care. Like, can you carry me? Can I get on somebody's back? Can you just leave it alone? If I just keep it straight, then it would be okay. I can see it. And no matter how much it's hurting, I am anticipating the pain of putting it back into alignment. Come on, Spirit. I am sitting here fearful of the process and the pain that I'm going to have to endure to get my knee back in alignment, back in correction. And my brother said, we are not, I even told them, just leave me here. Like, there were rescue helicopters coming in. It was crazy. And this was summer. This was June 2021. And I'm like, I don't care what you have to do. Leave me here. I will take the bulge in the knee. I just be the woman with the limp. I don't care what I got to do. I just don't want to go through the pain. And my Haitian brothers looked at me in my face. Literally, like I was delirious. I was already scared. We had just got over. We had a 5-year-old with us who was going into shock because it was cold. It was chaotic. All the cell phones, everything was down, no signal. Everything was wet. Couldn't get to anything. I didn't know if my son was dead or alive. It was crazy. My son was they were friends, but he was already ahead. He didn't know if I was dead or alive. And I'm telling them, just leave me here. Just leave me here. I had made up in my mind that I was just going to get left. I don't care. Somebody going to find me. I'm just going to sit here. I got snacks in my backpack. It's raining. I drink some rainwater. Yes, I'm good. My Haitian brother looked me in my face. He literally grabbed my face. He said, Jay, we are not leaving you here. We came in here with you, and I don't care if we got to carry you. We still had another mile to go. He said, I don't care if we have to carry you for the next mile. We are not leaving you here. It is going to hurt, but I'm going to be with you through this pain. So all I want you to do is hold my hand. Oh, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Peace. Greetings, Brandon. Right. No, this is really me. This is what I went through. It ain't even a movie. This is me. This is what I went through June 2021. My brother said, no matter how you can scream, you can cry, we are going to put your knee back into alignment and we will carry you out of here. He grabbed my face so I would not see it. And I had my hands over his face while he's holding my face. And I put my face in his chest like he's facing me. So I'm doing this and he's holding my head. And I'm holding his hands. Because I don't know what I was going to hear. While the other brother got my leg. And they like, real quick. It was like, and I've been to a chiropractor. And yes, I screamed. It was too quick for me to even catch the pain, but it was the anxiety that had built up that got me freaking out even more. My blood pressure was so high, I thought my nose was going to bleed. And those brothers carried my big tail for over a mile. Okay, get you a Haitian. He was already married, so no, it wasn't like that. That's why I say it was my brother. They carried me a mile out of there. I got to my son. I cried. They gave me some pickle juice because my muscles was tightening up. It was horrible. We still had a 45-minute drive back home. That was 2021. 2022, to this day, like, I'm still in some moments with my knee. I go to the chiropractor, getting readjusted, corrected into alignment. Here's where the healing, where it hurts, really matters with us. Is that sometimes we get to a place that we anticipate the pain, the exposure to be so dramatic, so immense, so intense. We'll say, never mind, I don't want it. I'm good. Just leave me single. I'm cool. I done been through a divorce. I done been through heartache. I'm speaking for whomever. I've never been married. I've never been through a divorce. It's freezing. Here we go. Here we go. I've never been through a divorce, but I'm speaking for all of us. I've been through a divorce. I done been through heartbreak. I done been through heartache. No matter what, I still want love. I still desire divine partnership. I still desire divine union. I'm cray-cray enough to still believe. Greetings. I'm cray-cray enough to still believe. I'm cray-cray enough to still desire. But there are some of us who said, I've already been divorced. I'm never getting married again. I've already had a baby daddy. I'm not having no more children. I've already had a baby mama. I'm not having no more children. I've already been heartbroken. I don't want no relationship no more. And Spirit says that's where the healing needs to be. Don't worry about the procrastination. That's easy stuff. We can stop procrastinating when we get the time management together and be accountable for that. Stop focusing on the distractions. But right there, that love thing. Ooh, right there, that marriage thing. Ooh, right there, that children's thing, that birthing thing, that conception thing. Ooh, right there where you feel vulnerable. Ooh, right there where you a little scared. Were you still a little, look at, I'm coming unraveled. Were you still a little sensitive up in here? That's where your manifestations are. That's where your elevation is. That's where your abundance is. If I had never done it, if I sat there and said, I got to figure out a way how to come with $1,500 in a week. I got to find a way that I can come up with this $1,500. Maybe I don't need to pay this bill. Maybe I don't need to do that. I got to figure, if I never allow myself to be vulnerable and put myself out there and ask for the help, I would not be even closer than I am now than I was 5 hours ago. If my sis had never acknowledged her vulnerability and remained grounded, she would not have accomplished the goals that she has set for herself in the day in order to receive the beauty that ascended or descended upon her. If we had never had that conversation, we would have never gotten insights about the etymology of exposure and vulnerability and the empowerment, the knowledge to change our language and what we be spelling and speaking over ourselves. We think the pain is too much, greater than the reward. The biggest lie you ever told yourself, Ashe. It is in the vulnerability where we find the peace. It is in the vulnerability where we find the manifestation. It is in the vulnerability where spirit is able to really work and get precise. I stopped eating meat. It's not a problem. I've stopped drinking sodas. It's not a problem. I got a cup of colonics. It's cool. I went and got a massage. That's fine. But asking for help in finance, asking for help to be placed or place my business amongst greater, that's healing where it hurts. That's healing where it hurts. Ashe. Ashe. Trying to love again after going through a horrible divorce, that's healing where it hurts. Standing up again after being knocked down 15 times, that's healing where it hurts. Being open to conceive and have more children after having miscarriages, that's healing where it hurts. We can heal gossiping. We can heal not listening to, I'm not going to use that, crazy people feeding us lies. We can heal from wasting our time. We can heal from not getting enough sleep. But taking the time to do nothing and not feeling guilty about it. Taking the time to reward ourselves without remorse. Standing up for ourselves without explanation. Setting a boundary. Saying no without an explanation or feeling remorse. Purchasing something for ourselves and not purchasing it for our children. That's healing where it hurts. Peace. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much for the rose. Walking up to someone and telling them that you appreciate them, that you are interested in starting a relationship with them, that's healing where it hurts. Coming onto a live and exposing your truths to people you've never met in person. Well, I've met Melanie in person. I've met Tyler in person. But I ain't met none of y'all in person. The rest of y'all is healing where it hurts. Opening yourself up to ask questions to someone who is a stranger about the matters of your heart is healing where it hurts. Yeah. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. The wind just started blowing. This is why we're here. The wands are in our hands. We are completing the cycle. Like Heavenly said, we are now hell-bent on making sure that everything that we desire, we see. We are now hell-bent on making sure that everything that we desire, not only does it manifest, but it manifests now. That we are not trying to wait and expose and declare and decree what we feel we need later. Oh, well, about 5 years and about 7 years, about, 10 years from now, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, doing it right now. That's healing where it hurts. The door's open. No more running. You gonna join me?
I just gotta blow your kiss.
I love you. Oh, I got kisses. I got kisses. Good night. I got kisses. I feel so loved. Look, I'm becoming unraveled. Y'all got me becoming unraveled. The door is open now. Running through the door. Not sitting here waiting to see. You hear the sirens? Not waiting to see who's gonna go before you. Being okay with not being okay. When I tell y'all asking for help for me, nah. Nah, I don't do that. I'm good. I got it. I'm good. I'm good. Because I'm remembering the times when people took my vulnerability for granted. The times when people would laugh at me when I said or exposed a new thought. The times when people would look me dead in my face and tell me how amazing I am and would never support me. The times when my own mother, I will tell y'all right now, I'm healed from that and healing, but I'm healed from it. But I want to let y'all know. Yes, Ashe, I see you, sis. Because this is what we're going through. That's why you're here. My own mother, I have written and published 6 books. I'm working on book number 7 and 8 at the same time. One of them, either 7 or 8 might become 7, will be published by the end of this year, okay? Possibly this summer. That's a whole nother thing. We're creatives. It's a process, right? I have published 6 books. All books are available on my website. You can find out all about them. That's not the point. The point is, my mother read book number 6 just a couple of months ago. The first, only time she has ever read any of my published works. My mother, who has always known that I've been a writer. She loves to tell the story about when I first learned how to write my name. I wasn't a year old, so I got a magic marker and I wrote my name on the wall. My mother, I wrote and produced and directed my own stage plays. My mother never showed up. I was selling out the arenas and took my play on tour in Northern California, 7 cities. Well, 7 shows, 6 cities. My mother never showed up. So I get being the chosen one. I get being the black sheep. But at the same time, here, that doesn't even hurt me, y'all. This is the crazy thing. Here's where we're healing where it hurts. It doesn't even hurt me that she never showed up. It doesn't even hurt me that she never purchased a book or even read the book. And here's the sidebar. The book that she read is a book that I wrote about my grandmother, which is her mother. So she had to read it because I did a letter to my family in it, and it quote unquote exposed some things. So it was like this tell-all book, but it's not. You read the book, it ain't, but you got to read it to know. So that's the reason why she read the book, because she thought I was going to spill some tea that she had to defend. So let's make that clear. Okay. I've had that conversation with her already. The crazy thing is, although they have never supported me, I had found peace and stopped expecting them to support me. I had healed from my mother and my relatives not having the capacity to love me and support me the way that I deserve to be loved. That's not where the healing is. The healing for me, where it hurts, came from when she would brag about me on Facebook. When I would be featured in a magazine or a newspaper article, and here she go, oh, my daughter did this. Oh, my daughter did that. I always knew she would be great. She volunteered to MC and introduce me at a speaking engagement. In my hometown, Dr. Maya Angelou's mom died there in Northern California. My hometown has a library in her honor in the 90s, and it was the first building built to honor Dr. Maya Angelou before she died. So because I was leading events there at that library, I was chosen to attend the reveal of the Dr. Maya Angelou stamp. It was a big national thing. videos all over the place when she got her stamp. It was in my hometown. I got to be there in the state of California. My mother reached out, heard about it. I didn't even tell her. Heard about it, reached out so she could introduce me. And of course, people are like, oh, this is her mother. Most people would never think that the mother would try to take credit or ride on their daughter's coattail. You would think that they would do it. So I healed from her not supporting me. But healing where it hurts was being able to control my tongue and not feel triggered while she stood up there with her narcissistic poison on my name. Healing where it hurts was to genuinely show up in my power and not do it with any spite, in spite or despite her presence. That's healing where it hurts. So Spirit is showing me in this day that I already have the experience. I already have the example. I've already healed in other hurting areas. I've already endured the pain of being corrected. I've already endured the pain of being realigned. I've already endured the pain of cutting off. I've already endured the pains of establishing boundaries, communicating them, and being consistent with them. I've already endured the pain of birthing. I've already endured the pain. So when it comes to over here, why am I tripping? Why are you tripping? Why are you sitting here? Muscle memory. Reminding this and ego, y'all don't run nothing now. It's over now. Your time is up. Spirit is driving this thing. We on a whole new level now. We celebrate the butterflies, but now we are eagles. We are way up in the sky. We can't even come, the only time we come down is to eat. The only time we come down is to eat, because that's where it hurts. Justice is being served. Healing, you see this knife? The balance, healing exactly where it hurts. Spirit Squad is saying, I got you. Your ancestors, retrograde, is saying, you ain't got to do no work no more. You are receiving your justice. You don't have to feel exposed anymore, at risk of any disapproval or any harm. All we want you to do is show us where it hurts. It's been bleeding. It's starting to fester. You haven't been able to move your arms. You haven't been able to move your body. You haven't been able to move out of these spaces. And what Spirit is asking us to do is say where it hurts. It hurts to ask for help at times. Because I've been so stuck in my divine masculine. I've been doing everything by myself. I've been having too many people depend on me. So it still hurts to ask for others to do something for me. Especially when it comes to my money. Spirit is saying, tell me where it hurts. Don't tell me what they did. Don't tell me what it's going to take. Spirit is going to grab you and hold you in this moment and say, look at me. Don't look at it right now. I got you. I'm not letting you go. I'm not leaving you. We're right here. You're going to feel some pain, but it's going to be too quick for you to even deal with it. In 30 minutes, I got $200 closer to my goal. And I guarantee you by the end of the week, I'm going to have the full $1,500. And by May 1st, 2023, I'm going to be signing that contract. Spirit is letting you know right now, stay focused right here. Let's not go back to it. I know. I know it's out of whack. I know it's a little tender. I know it's out of alignment. I know it's bleeding. I know it may have a little pus. I know this Band-Aid been on here for a long time, but we got to rip it off real quick. We have to expose what's festering. It's okay. You're feeling vulnerable, but that's where you're supposed to be, because this right here is what's hindering you. This right here, this thing that's making you feel vulnerable is exactly why you haven't gotten what you asked for. I know it may seem like an office is not connected to a house and a husband or a divine partner, but it is. It's the energy of it. It's the etymology of it. It's the deeper connection of it. I know you've already healed and you're healing from those who molested you, but now it's where you have to trust your discernment. That's where it hurts. Shadows. What's lurking. Trusting yourself in this moment is where it hurts. Trusting that you can choose greatness. Trusting that you deserve greater. Trusting that when you ask, you'll get a yes. Trusting that you no longer have to get through 25 no's before you get one yes. Trusting that it doesn't have to take you a whole month in order to get it. Trusting that it doesn't have to take you a whole year to accomplish it. Trusting that you don't need to have the degree in order to have the success. You don't have to have it look a certain way in order for you to be respected. Trusting that you can start now. Trusting they're not going to take advantage of you. You don't live there anymore. Look over here. I know you see them lurking. I know you smell it. I know I got you. I'm not going to leave you. And while I got you focused on here, on how great you are, while I got you focused over here on how amazing you are, while I got you focused over here on how intellectual you are, while I got you focused over here on what's coming for you, while I got you focused over here on what's manifesting, while I got you focused over here with your brothers and sisters that's going to show up every night with you at 9 o'clock and remind you of how amazing you are, I'm going to get you into alignment. I'm going to pop that thing into alignment real quick. I'm going to correct that thing so you can stand up strong. You might have to do a little therapy afterwards. It might still be a little bit iffy. You might not be able to go 100. You might have to start at 70 and work yourself back up. But I'm letting you know now, where you are vulnerable is the key that's opening the door to all of your manifestations. The universe protects and guides you 100%. So you respect these really hard times. But can you trust that there's no more hard times? Can you trust, just like your sister Melanie, that you have come out of being a butterfly and you are now an eagle soaring higher than you could ever imagine? That's where it hurts. That's where it hurts. You are amazing. That's where it hurts. That's where it hurts.
SEO smarter.
Woo!
And faster.
Spirit is awesome. Spirit is awesome. We still got some time. Hey, Tanya. Spirit is awesome. Tanya, don't pick those cigarettes back up. Don't you dare, girl. Don't you go back. Don't you go back. Don't you dare. Don't you dare go back to those old habits and settling and saying you've been doing it for this long, so why? Don't you go back. The Hanged Man just came out. There's an offer coming in. There's an offer. Thank you for sharing the live. There's an offer coming in. I don't know what that was that wanted to, but it changed its mind. Look, the devil card came again, the distraction. But what's up under there? Y'all saw me shuffle these cards and look what came back. Look what came back. Be hell-bent and be stuck. Making sure that you're getting what you want. Get up out of the hanged man, because there's an offer coming in. There's reciprocity here. Spirit has been talking about yesterday of our cups being filled. I know you good. I know you are, because you don't live there no more. That's why I was able to say it, because I'm believing with you. What you believe is what you've been living and what you shall be. So I didn't say that with any doubt. It's a reminder of your greatness. There is an offer coming. An offer to serve. An offer to assist you in flow. An offer to love you where you deserve to be loved. An offer for you to be set as a priority. An offer for you to be helped and held when it's hurting. I don't know who's waiting on divine masculine. Here we go again. Here we go again with these relationships. We about to have a whole bunch of weddings. It just hit me. It just hit me. I gotta play some music. Let me share this with y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Look. I'm so excited. Let me share this with y'all. I had to put some music on with this. Okay. Listen. Me too. I just said, who's looking for divine masculine? I'm not searching because I'm attracting. Divine masculine coming in. Truth. We already know this. Right. Let me let y'all know about some of the people that I've attracted. And this is just not for me. I know it's for me, but it's for us. Because those of us who's in there, if I got it, you got it. If I got it, you got it. If I got it, you got it. When I got it, when I get it, you got it. Here are the people that I have befriended. When I say befriended, these are not just people that I am in connection with. These are people that actually, like, I had one woman actually buy me a gift, and I'm like, I just met you last month. Like, this is the crazy thing. Yeah, the king of swords. This is not the knight of swords. This is the king of swords. He already know. Fire sign. Earth sign. I even see a little bit of air sign placements. So I met a couple who owns a jiu-jitsu academy across the street from the office that I'm getting. Flow with me. The husband and wife are from California. So when I met them, we all on the Cali tip. We talking about Cali. They not even melanated. They don't look like me. I don't be tripping on that. So we having a conversation about California. Ends up they blessed my son in order to participate this summer. So he gets to take jiu-jitsu classes. And they gave him like this amazing hookup. They love him. They showed up, supported him. We done hung out together. But I don't know these people. The wife is going through some things. And of course, she and I are closer. We chat. She'll text me. Just talk to her today. So as we're growing to know each other, and I asked her to come onto the live. She has yet to be able, because she's not even on TikTok like that. But as I am learning her and we're learning each other, she lets me know what she used to do in LA. And she's like, I never told you what I did. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I met her mama. Look, I went to their grand opening. I met her mom. I met her dad. I done met her sister. I don't even know this woman. I've just known her for like 2 months, right? So she was like, I don't even think I told you what I did. And I'm like, what do you do? She says, I'm a wedding dress designer. I worked for one of the top wedding dress designers in Los Angeles, California. So y'all know me. Y'all know me. I said, oh, so you're going to be designing my wedding dress? She said, absolutely. I would love to. Would you let me design your wedding dress for you? Yes. Absolutely. But listen, this was back in like February when she said that. Greetings, Robert. Welcome back. What's up? This was like months ago, right? So we've been chatting a couple of weeks. This is why I'm excited to get this, because I have a personal wedding dress designer. Because I have a wedding dress designer, y'all got a wedding dress designer. Get ready. Start looking at what you want to look like. Even if you don't have the wedding, you just want to do a wedding photo shoot, I got the personal hookup. Okay. Here's where it gets even better. So I was talking to her today, but this was a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago, we go to this, it's called Night Market. It's like this outdoor festival. I'm with my homegirls. She and her husband come. We chilling. We're talking. I'm asking her, how's mom? How's sister? Her mom lives in New York. Met mom, beautiful Jewish mama. Oh my God, give me a hug. She wants to feed me. They gave me pizza and cannolis. The whole thing. You're welcome. So a couple of weeks ago, I'm talking to her and I'm asking about mom. I'm like, oh, how's mom doing? I'm like, when is mom coming back? And she's like, oh, well, mom still works. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, she only works part-time, but, you know, weekends are really big for her. And I was like, well, what does mom do? Mom is a wedding planner in New York, a wedding firm executive. First of all, I didn't even know they have firms for weddings. The executive, the top planner, that's how she got into the business over in LA. Honey, I got a whole squad and I don't even want no big old wedding. Royal blue and gold. Let me let y'all know right now. In that same office, I've met movie executives. I've met a whole team of producers with photography and video, 2 digital marketing firms that are looking to invest in me. We have all access to not just people trying to start out. I have nothing against grassroots businesses. I've been working with grassroots. That's where I get my bread and butter, right? I'm talking about multi-million-dollar budgets. I have a meeting with the mayor in 2 weeks for a $4 billion project. When I got it, y'all got it. So when I say divine masculine is coming, spirit is saying, get ready for real, for real. There's no, thank you. That's your territory. What's your territory? Digital marketing. Tell me where your territory is. My lashes are secure. They gonna fall off. I know I'm be crying. I know. I don't even know. Y'all, let's take a moment to tell the truth. I can be a crybaby. Y'all had me crying on here. Heavenly had me crying on here the other night, and my lashes almost came off. So I don't know. I might have to probably get them implants with some super glue or waterproof. So I don't even know how to do it, because I love me a good lash, and I'm gonna be boohoo crying, but I'm gonna look good doing it. We gonna look good doing it. We gonna look good doing it. Green tea. Top-notch professional. What's up, cute Creole? Let's just take a moment. Because I'm gonna reshuffle, because I'm feeling like some of us in here is still like, oh, that's for her, not for me. Oh, this is great. Okay. We're healing where it hurts. Oh no, it's just light above me. It's pitch black out here. I'm outside on the back porch. This is just a screen. It is pitch black out here. We have a ceiling fan lights up here. Greetings. So, oh yeah. My eyebrows, thank you so much. We're gonna take a moment. I'm shuffling the cards. We're gonna take a moment because my energy is through the roof right now and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this healing. This is all celebration. But I'm telling y'all right now, like everything is coming for us. Not just me, for us. Thank you so much. Y'all listen. I be struggling with my eyebrows. I really do. I struggle. Thank y'all sisters so much. You haven't seen your wife in 2 months. What should you do? Spirit is clapping for us. What do you mean you haven't seen her in 2 months? The last time have you spoken to her and you haven't seen her? Hold on, my brother's in here. We in here for our brothers and our sisters. Are you open to giving more information? Haven't seen her in 2 months. You've spoken to her, but you haven't seen her. These cards fell out for you, Robert. And if you want to have a private reading, that's fine. But this is the card that's on the top of the deck. So I'm encouraging you to use your wisdom and tap into your divine feminine intuition. Because there has been a cycle of things that has caused you to look and believe different or suspect different. But to respect you in this moment, go to the link in my bio, click book an appointment, and let's talk about this. I want to talk about this a little bit deeper. Let's set an appointment, brother. Thank you so much. I'm sending you love. I know there's cards that are backwards. Why are these cards backwards? There were some cards that were backwards. The moon. Deception and the Page of Wands. I feel like I need to respect you in this space. So please, as we're talking, go to the link in my bio, set an appointment. Don't worry about how much it costs. Okay? You can book the appointment without paying anything. Set the appointment. It will let you know what times and dates I have available. It comes directly to my calendar. Robert, I am here for you. I love you. And I want to make sure that you get all the information you need to heal through, grow through, get clarity, and rise up above any and everything that is confusing you and hurting you. And I appreciate you for coming back. I appreciate you for sharing. I appreciate you for getting up every day still believing. I appreciate you for being man enough to love. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead and book it now. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere right now. Ashe. I want to clear this energy for Robert because I want to respect my brother and his divine masculine energy. And I want every divine masculine that shows up here to know that you were protected and you are safe. And a lot of times, divine masculines are so used to being put on the chopping block, are so used to be thrown into the furnace and thrown into the fire and put on the cutting board and thrown on the altar, that when their hearts are in it, they don't even care anymore. They just like, look, just give it to me. So divine feminines, where we have to be in love and in our greatest being and in our discernment, is sensitive to know when a man needs to be honored in his manhood, when a man deserves discretion, when honoring a man includes privacy, when honoring a man includes being surrounded by love with no words, no explanation. When honoring a man includes silence, that's healing where it hurts. Because as divine feminines, we are sometimes quick to give a word. Sometimes we are quick to speak. Sometimes we are too quick to open our mouths, and we need to listen, take our time, and honor the divine masculine in ways that will keep him uplifted in his manhood, in his dignity, in his divine masculinity. So I will not jump too quick to give any divine masculine any answers in here. Because I am woman. I am empress. I am divine feminine. And I have learned and healed and healing to know how to honor the kings that have blessed me with their presence. And I am an example of that for all of us who are here. So Robert, I honor you and I'm thankful for you. And I want to let you know that my love is not transactional. I am already blessed. I am already prosperous. I am already abundant. And because you trust me, because you trust us to ask, I am honoring you with dignity. I am honoring you with love. I am honoring you with respect. And I am honored and thankful that you would choose me to walk with you on your journey. So anytime that's available, I'm there. Ashe. Spirit has me switching up the sound, so let's see what we gonna play. Spirit, okay, let's see. I gotta be very careful because my playlist sometimes, y'all, ashe, my playlist sometimes can be a little magical. I did not. I will let you know, last night I went and I clicked the link and I started playing them and I went to sleep. So it was my soundtrack while I was sleeping. And when I woke up, it was saying, "Are you still listening?" So I heard some of it, but I'm gonna let you know, like, I literally went to sleep. But thank you. I will get to it. I appreciate it. All right. We already listened to that one. Let's go. Go play some love. Yeah. 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 We still got time, y'all. We still got time. I'm not gonna be on here 4 hours like I was last night. I'm gonna let y'all know our sister PJ did a screen recording of what we were talking about last night, our 21 and up conversation, and so I posted that clip on my feed. Yeah, Layla's good. So I posted a clip of that on my feed and in my story on Instagram. So y'all want to see a little clip from PJ's perspective, y'all can go ahead. What we're doing here every night, my cute Creole, is having healing conversations. And so when anyone asks a question, they're just leading in where the subject is gonna go. And so my aim every time I come on live is to be so open, so vulnerable, that I'll be able to channel messages that we'll be able to receive to assist us on our healing journey. I love you too, Andrea. I love you too. I love you too. I have been uploading the videos on my YouTube. So I believe I've gotten up to, I just have the last 2 nights. One of them got blocked because I do play music on here. So I'm working through that, but they are being uploaded. So you guys can go to my YouTube channel, Be Impressive. It will say Production Studios. Because I'm sharing more than just the lives on TikTok. But if you go there, you'll be able to watch past lives, okay? And I'm working on it. I'm keeping my word and letting y'all know. But this is what we about to get into right now. Yes. Get right on giving. Woo! Baby with the joy of living. I don't have her range. I can always turn to you. Oh, we gotta listen to this for a minute. Y'all see it. 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 Just look at the posture. Let's not talk about nothing else. Just look at the posture. Look at the posture. She got that range like crazy. Just look at the posture. I like the way it feels. My poor heart just won't keep still. That this love I feel is real. Ask me to go with you, you know. Hold me tight. Only you can make it alright. That I am special to you, my angel. Y'all go ahead and sing with me. Just pull this off the top of the deck. Y'all know cups is being filled. I will ask. I will ask. We're going to flow in this right now, and I'll definitely ask for your friend. Just because I'm so blessed to have met you. Yes, yes, yes. Make sure to follow me. I'll follow you back. I love you just because. When I tell y'all, this is the position that we have elevated and ascended to. This is the position. Open, vulnerable, full, fulfilled, secured, surrounded, in love, in flow. Emotions and finances. That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening. Your ancestors have any messages for you? Ashe. Okay, I'm going to get to it. I had to take that moment. That was a celebration moment for all of it, y'all. I am feeling really good right now. Our sis Heavenly helped me with having a self-care day today. And I'm just so wide open. I'm just like, all of it is flowing right now. So I'm going to take a moment to breathe. Because our sister wanted to come in and ask questions for her friend who has have a sister who transitioned. Okay? And so in love, I want to share again. I am not a psychic medium. I am not a tarot reader. I am a channeler. I am a conduit of healing. I'm a conduit of manifestation and a radical spiritual liberation. I do use tarot as a tool to help me convey a message, communicate a message, and also offer a visual for others to flow in the message. I do have the gift of claircognizance, and I do have the gift of reading auras. So, being that you are a third party asking for messages about your friend's sister who has transitioned, I will offer what I have to give in order to support the healing journey in that area, okay? I have to first ask for permission. There is a message. I'm gonna ask for 2 more cards. And all of them, same position. All right, so this is the first card that came out, the 4 of Cups. Second card that came out is the 9 of Cups. Do you see these 2 positions in the cups? So there's water sign, air sign placement, might also be earth sign placements. I don't know if the one who has transitioned was water sign or earth sign, but I'm letting you know that the sister who transitioned is, have to stop myself from saying, in a better place. But that's what I truly hear. And the message that I'm getting is that the sister who is still here in this realm must open up to receiving messages, receiving signs, receiving intuitive pricks and signs from her sister in order to remain connected and to feel connected. Grief can be a very slippery slope. So what I want to share with you is to just remain very careful and be that support. I said those support. So there is multiple. Be that support system. Be that support being for her in this moment. What I am seeing right now is that in those positions is where there will be clarity. I don't know if there's questions going around, and I would like for you to invite that sister to come in on the live tomorrow night so we can go a little bit further, because I really feel like I'm picking up on you and you are a third party. You're kind of like twice removed from her. And I really feel like what you are doing is supporting in spirituality and in clarity in order to communicate in spirit. And the sister who has her, I don't even know her name, the one who is still here with us, needs support in that, needs your example in that, needs you to, was trying to say that I felt the image and shared here to go. Okay. All right. See you. Thank you. The sister that's here, her name is Savannah, or the sister that's transitioned, name is Savannah. But regardless of what the name is, the sister that is still here needs your example, your reflection in Mercury, meditation, and manifestation. I don't know why those two words were coming together. Autumn is a sister. Okay. So Savannah needs to see you in a proper position in order to feel empowered and get the it's okay to receive the messages that Autumn has for her. I will encourage you to invite Savannah if she's available to come tomorrow night so I can talk directly with her, because I believe this message is for you, as most of the time it is that anytime you're supporting someone while they're going through grief, it is not all the time meant for us to just sit and say. Sometimes it's sit and be. And so what I'm truly believing is that Savannah needs to be supported in that area, because she's right on the brink. I mean, we went from 4 to 9 to 10, all in cups. And I believe that was the Ace of Cups that had came out just a few moments ago. And so what I really encourage you to do is to really get centered in this time, because your friend is going to need a friend who is crazy enough to believe the healing that comes through grief. Your friend is going to need a friend who can be an example of all possibilities. Your friend is going to need a friend who's going to be an example of peace. Not just someone who can talk about it, not just someone who can tell her, but someone who can reflect it. Your friend is going to need a friend who is a safe space so she can express her emotions while she's going through grief. And so because you have stepped up and said that you would be that friend for her, it's going to reward you to be in a position of 10 of cups. It's going to reward you to assist in being fulfilled as you're continuing to be the example of those people around you. And I feel that it's more than just Savannah. There are other people around you that are grieving more than the loss of their loved ones, that you have been called and you have been chosen to be a light to those that are in the darkness of heartbreak, that are in the darkness of grief, that you have gone through a lot of situations where you had to grieve a lot of people and a lot of things. And the reason why you have gone through those processes of grief is because you're the one that will stand in the gap. You're the one that will ask questions for a friend. You're the one that will believe all things are possible. You are the one that will sit in a purposed posture. You are the one that will receive the elevation and fulfill your cups so your cups can overflow to assist others. And Spirit is proud of you for that. Spirit says that you have been working on trusting your intuition, and you have something very, very special about you, just not necessarily nonchalant, but you're not really shaken in the spirit really easily. So it allows you to be open and to receive all possibilities. You don't shy away too quickly about certain things that are happening in the spirit. And so what Spirit is saying, because of that, you are going to receive a reward. But it is for you in this moment to be an example, so you can be a mirror and a reflection of what's possible when you remain here. Ashe. You have a lot of energy. Allow it to flow. Allow yourself to be guided. Thank you. Ashe. Ashe, allow it. Sometimes it doesn't need to do. A lot of times we have been conditioned to do. Sometimes we don't. Just let it be. Observe it. When people say observe it, we talked about meditation before, where we feel we need to, confirmation, we feel we need to nam myoho renge kyo. We need to own all the time. In prayer, we need to have this, oh, thank you, God, for this. I believe this is supposed to be, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes we just need to sit in silence and listen. Sometimes we just need to be still and allow the energies to do what they are here to do. Allow the energies to be what they have been purposed to be. And what your position is in that moment is an observation. What's up, Picasso? Thank you for the follow. It is for you to observe. It's for you to be mindful in that moment. That's what meditation is, to be mindful. And so you sit and you observe the thoughts that come up. You observe where you feel something moving. There were times and there were seasons when I don't know why I got to meditate. I know why now. But in that moment, every time I meditated, I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, why every time I sit still, I gotta go to the bathroom? And so because that happened when I sat still, Spirit revealed to me that there were not only blockages in my gut and my gut health, but it was in my solar plexus. It was in my reproductive system. And so when I sat still, I received what I needed in order to focus on where the healing had to be. So the energy that you feel moving around is healthy energy. The energy that you feel moving around is a message. The energy that you feel moving around and all the energies that you feel around you are there for a purpose, with purpose, in purpose, and on purpose. So I encourage you to get comfortable with sitting still in silence so you can hear and be a mirror for your friends that are left by others or feel left by others. Spirit is proud of you. You're doing an amazing job. You're doing an amazing job. And it may not look like it, but you're doing an amazing job. You really are. Like, I really feel proud. Like, I leaned in because I have the energy of when I'm talking to my son. And my son is like, Mom, but I really want to do this. And I'm like, son, I'm telling you, you're doing good. Hear me. I've been homeschooling my son for like 7-8 years now. This is pre-pandemic. We've been on the homeschool kick, right? And I've never really stressed him about grades. Like, we don't have grades. Like, he went to public school up until the 3rd grade. And now he's 14 and going into the 11th grade. We don't really trip about grades. As long as you can get in and you pass these state testing, you're good. But he still has that, I want to get an A. I want to get 100%. So I really feel that about you. Like, you really want to get 100%. And Spirit is saying sometimes you're meant to just get 90. And that's okay. That's not settling. As long as you know how to get it, you don't have to be at 100%. You can still get it done at 90. So be okay with that. You had to focus on embracing the joy of being uncomfortable in it. That's why you let yourself dance on the bed. No music either, okay? Yes, in the 11th grade, he was supposed to do 11th grade this year. But because he's ahead of schedule, I was like, no, let's redo 10th grade because algebra kind of got him in a way. And so I want to get him in algebra and statistics. But yes, been homeschooling. In the 5th grade, he took the state test in California and he scored at a 9th grade level. Yeah, in the 5th grade, he scored at a 9th grade level. And I have just been making sure with his age group that he kind of moves forward because my son is still very much a boy. He still has very good times, basketball playing and all that stuff. And I want him to enjoy his childhood. But yes, we want him to take the SAT like next year, like next school year, and the ACT so we can hurry up and graduate. Absolutely. Y'all want to talk about homeschooling? I got a whole workshop on that. But there was somebody else that had asked a question about their ancestors. Oh, Cute Creole, it was you. Ashe, you want to hear from your ancestors. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. I love it. So it's a couple of people in here that haven't been with me. Thank you, Brandon. He's so amazing. One night, I really want to introduce you to him. My baby is so handsome. He's a published author. He's a business owner. He published his first book at age 10 and started his business at age 11. And so this summer, he got his first internship. He'll be 15 in August. He got his first summer internship, so he'll be working this summer, getting a stipend. He's also launching the Young Authors Club, where he's encouraging other teenagers to write their book. He's on the teen advisory board for the county. They had their meeting today. And yeah, he's just like, he's awesome. He is, I'll be shocked. I'm like, you chose me to be your mommy? I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So his book is available on Amazon. It's called This Is My Family and That's Okay. This Is My Family and That's Okay. And his book talks about non-traditional families. And so when he was younger, we were in California at the time. And so he was talking about like some of his classmates who had 2 mommies and 2 daddies, and why his mommy and daddy didn't live together. And although his mommy and daddy didn't live together, we don't have drama. I don't have baby daddy drama. His daddy ain't nowhere around, but I don't have no drama. Like, we don't fight. I don't get no child support. Whole nother conversation. But we don't have no drama. At the time, his Nana and Pawpaw, which is his dad's parents, he has a little brother. His dad has another son. He knows his brother, and we co-parented for a long time very, very well. Just right now, his dad is absent. But the book is telling other children that it's okay to live in a non-traditional family. My baby wrote a book to buck against the system and say that no matter what, you are still loved. And so he talks about being loved, and it doesn't matter if you're adopted, if you live with your grandma. I mean, he tells the story better, but the book is for first level readers. It's for children that were younger than him, to talk about non-traditional families and how no matter what, you were still loved, because he lives with just his mom and his dad and brother live somewhere else, and that's his family, and that's okay. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But yes, so it's available on Amazon. He is doing such an amazing job. One thing that I am so proud of, and we share his story, my son is also hard of hearing. So I've been a sign language interpreter for 20 plus years. But it wasn't until I became a mom that I realized how amazing God is. So I was already interpreting for over 10 years when my son was born, and we found out that he had hearing loss in his right ear, and it's degenerative, which means over time he would probably lose all of his hearing in his right ear. So isn't that amazing that you would get a passion for a second language? I'm certified in sign language. I also speak Spanish, but that's because I come from California. I'm not necessarily certified in Spanish, but I want to get at least 5 languages under my belt. But yes, your baby is 8 weeks. You love to get to know. Yes, I can teach you baby sign as well. Yes, abundance upon him. So yes, it's so awesome to see my baby at 14 now. When people called him disabled, and he's like, oh, I'm not disabled. I just don't hear the way you hear, and I speak another language. So while I teach ASL and instruct on ASL as well, and advocate for the deaf and hard of hearing, my son is a part of that, and he's freaking amazing. And just like any mommy, we can get on here and talk about our babies all night, but we talk about ancestors, okay? And so your baby is 8 weeks, right? And what I want to share with you, and what I really feel I want to first say, for those who are new here, thank you. Go ahead and follow me and share. Thank you for liking. If you want to send a donation, feel free to do so. I was so shocked and in awe by Heavenly, who donated to help me get a self-care Monday today. So thank you guys so much. If you don't have it, it's okay. I'm not here for that, but my Cash App is in the description. And so what I want to share with you and with everyone in here is our ancestors are any people, anyone that have left this realm and transitioned out of this realm before we did. So you can have babies who are your ancestors, and I just want to make sure that that's clear for someone who's watching and someone who's listening, that your ancestors is anyone who has transitioned before you. Your ancestors don't have to be people that, you know, your great grandparents. They can be, but your ancestor could be your cousin that just transitioned. Your ancestor could be your brother or your sister or your mom and your daddy. Anyone who transitioned before you is an ancestor, okay? But at the same time, in the spirit realm, depending on the person's agreement, you don't know them, I don't know them, I don't know their life, but upon their agreement, they have ancestral rank. So there's levels to this. Just because someone transitioned before you does not mean they have been assigned a specific ancestral rank to communicate to you and to support you. So when I say your spirit squad, I'm talking about your ancestors that have been assigned to assist you on your journey. I'm talking about Mother Nature, Mother, Father, God. I'm talking about source energy, whomever you pray to. I'm talking about the Orishas. I'm talking about all of the beings when I say your spirit guides, including your ancestors that have been assigned to you. So for you, cute Creole, I want to let you know that your ancestors, look, this card is coming again, being reminded. Your ancestors want to encourage you to find balance in your finances. There's a message that they're trying to get to you about a way that you can balance out your finances, that you have been asking questions about how to increase. You just found out last week that your great aunt is a guide, and she's been, yes. We have them assigned to us. Remember, we are the answers and the prayers, answered prayers of our ancestors. We are the harvest of things and prayers and wishes and actions and all of those things that our ancestors manifest. We are now working to reach ancestral rank for generations to come. Your ancestors is letting you know that there is a balance in your finances that are coming, but there is something, an idea, there is something that you've been stirring on, there is something that you've been kind of iffy about, that your ancestors are trying to encourage you to up the ante on your money. So your ancestors want you to offer them something. Greetings, what's up, Sierra? Your ancestors want you to offer them something. And when I say offer your ancestors in this instant, I'm not talking about making an altar and placing something on there. They want you to come directly to them and say, hey, help me with this. There are certain times when speaking to our ancestors, we have to be extremely specific. We have to talk to them. Your money been looking funny, and I've been looking for ways to make money. All right, your ancestors, here's the page of Pentacles, but look at the position. Remember, we already talked about that, but do you see this hand coming out? You have a cup that's being offered to you. Oh, thank you so much. You have a cup that's being offered to you. Your ancestors want to pour into you, but your ancestor says that there is a block somewhere there, and they've been trying to talk to you. They've been trying to let you know. They've been trying to guide you and show you, but you got to be a little bit more specific. And you have to talk to the ancestors that you know can do it. The ancestors that you've never met in the spirit realm, they already know what they need to do. But you have ancestors that you know. So for example, my granny, who I wrote my book about, my granny who basically raised me, my granny who is one of my greatest ancestors, she's the one that gets into the kitchen with me. She's the one that y'all are encountering when talking about healing. My grandmother, my granny, is my greatest ancestor. She's the one that talks about healing, that nurtures, that loves to cook for everybody. So when I'm in the kitchen, and I'm so serious, y'all gotta hear me. When I'm in the kitchen is a place of healing. That's why most divine feminines are dictating the health of the house, because we are mainly the ones in the kitchen. Not saying divine masculines are in the kitchen, but it's mainly divine feminines. The pots are our cauldrons. That's what we are cooking up. So when I'm in the kitchen and I'm thinking about what to eat, I'm thinking about what to feed my family, I'm thinking about how to love on them through their bellies, I'm thinking about what I gotta put together on a recipe, and I love to cook and I love to bake and I'm damn good at it. My granny is the one that I call on in the kitchen. I really don't call on her for money, because in her waking life, she didn't have a lot of money. So when you pray to your ancestors, you gotta know. You gotta do your research. I don't call on all of my ancestors for money, because my granny didn't have a lot of money. So I'm not gonna call on her for money. It's not that now she has ancestral rank, she gets to help me in areas that she really... Granny had some, she always made something work. So when I gotta rub two pennies together, sometimes when I got more month at the end of my money, I call on that granny. Granny, what do I need to do? Granny, I gotta wait. What can I cook? Oh, there's some potatoes in there. There's some eggs in there. There's some little onion, bell pepper, garlic. There's a little cheese in there. There's some mushrooms in there. We got breakfast bowls. That's that granny. Yeah, more month at the end of my money. It's always a grandma. You've been having trouble. I'm gonna get to you, Sierra, if you stick with me real quick, okay? And take what resonates. Okay, Cute Creole is just the leader in this conversation, but these messages are for all of us, okay? But I'm gonna get specifically right to you in a sec, okay? I want to make sure to read all this. Money Talk last night, if you weren't there. Yes. Ashe. Okay, so when there is something that I need to make money with, I have an ancestor. My auntie, her nickname was Duck. My auntie Duck. My auntie Duck was the one that was about that coin, honey. My auntie Duck, she did a couple little, illegal things, but my auntie Duck knew where that money was. So when I'm sitting here trying to strategize in business, when I need some guidance from the ancestral realm and where money is flowing and where an influx is happening, like when I need to get it out ahead of the money, I call on Auntie Duck. And so when you offer your ancestors something, you offer them what they would like. So my granny every single morning had toast and coffee. Every single morning of my life. There was not a morning up until the day she transitioned that she did not start her day with toast and coffee. So on my ancestral altar, I would offer toast and coffee when I want to offer my granny something. My Auntie Duck, good night, Tanya, we love you. Okay, Auntie Duck, get it done. So when I need to talk to my Auntie Duck was a little bit bougie, okay? She was about the money. She had the house on the hill in Stone Mountain, Georgia. So because she was a little bougie, I have a glass like this that I offer some wine or a little bit of bubbly with my Auntie Duck. Or I'll play the OJs because my Auntie Duck liked the OJs. So I'm sharing this to let you know that when you are pulling on your ancestors and asking for something from your ancestors need to know, who were you talking to? Who do you need? Because like your great 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 aunt, she's already been assigned to do what she gonna do. But when you are asking specifically for money, when you are asking specifically for guidance in a relationship, you don't ask the ancestor that was divorced 18 times. You ask the ancestor that had a husband or a wife for 20, 40, 50 years. Do y'all get me? This is how we're being very specific. And I know there's a lot of trendy spiritual things that are happening. 11:11 on my clock, and it just changed to 11:12. So when we are speaking in the spirit realm, we got to be very specific in that way. So that means you need to know. So I had a cousin who was just like 5, maybe 7 years older than me. She transitioned. And so, but she was extremely creative. My cousin, her nickname was Kiki. My cousin Kiki, extremely creative. So when I have writer's block or I have a creative block, I'll talk to Kiki. And Kiki loved En Vogue. So when I want to communicate with Kiki, I will play En Vogue music. I will offer her a song. And pretty soon I'm sitting there flooded with ideas, or I'm laughing, or I take a nap and I have a dream, and there it is. So when we're asking for our ancestors to give us something, our ancestors are saying, you've been asking for money and we've given you the message. We're letting you know what it is. We're going to fill your cup, but who are you talking to and what do you want? Just asking for more money won't work. We have to be specific. We had the conversation about our connections with money and how much money loves us and what money is going to do for us, with us, to us, and through us. We already know the energy of money, but if we're calling on our ancestors and asking for a little bit of help, we need to know, let's get out ahead of this money. I own stock. I've invested in stock. So I'm calling on the ancestors. Hey, Doug, Auntie Doug, what's up? What do I need to do? Let's pop a bottle. Let's pop a little bubbly. Let me play some OJs and sip on a little something. Let me make me a little mimosa. I'll make a little small charcuterie board and I'll put it there on the altar. You do not eat the food on the altar. Throw it away. And specifically throw it out of the house. I don't know why Spirit has me doing this. I do not want to insult anyone's intelligence, but I have to be clear in letting you know on a proper way to communicate to your ancestors. And thank you so much, Cute Creole, for being the leader in this conversation, because we all need this information. We all need these reminders. Whenever you offer anything to your ancestors, you do not then go and consume it. When you throw it out, you do not throw it out inside the house. It is preferred that you throw it away outside of the house. Now, specifically, depending on what it is, I would put it back into the earth, especially if it's food. Food is biodegradable. Put it in a pile of compost. Use that compost to grow something. Therefore, you are circulating everything that needs to be done. But if you have water on your altar for your ancestors, confirmation. If you have water on your altar for your ancestors, do not put that in down the toilet or in the drain. Put it in a plant. Pour it out in a plant. And then you can, if you want to pour libation or something. I wouldn't pour libation with that water, but I'm just saying it's an option. Why are you apologizing? Oh, you're at work. Okay, Brandon. Thank you for still being here. No apologies needed. If there is any food is biodegradable. If you throw it away out the house, or when you put it in the trash, make sure to take the trash out. Don't keep it in the home. Do not consume anything from your ancestral altar. If you offer the ancestors money, do not go and spend the money. You don't do that. Do not do that. That is for your ancestors. You can go and put it in a piggy bank, and then when you are released to do something with it later, then you can go do it later. Do not take the money off the altar and go spend it. That is you stealing from your ancestors. And they don't like that, like anybody. Like, don't Don't be, giving somebody a gift and then taking it back. Rude. If your ancestors was connected to cars, would you go about that trying to give back? You can get a toy car. I mean, it's a representation of it. It's the meaning of it. It's the spirit of it. You can go get a toy car, like maybe the color or the kind of car that your ancestor liked. Put that on the altar. Even a picture of a car key or medallion, like a keychain. You could put that on the altar to represent the type of car that they liked or the type of car that they have. If you want to manifest a car and you're calling on the ancestor who had a bunch of cars, go to a dealership and start getting into the cars. And while you're doing a test drive of a car, you call on the spirit of that ancestor. Yeah. Yeah, you could do a Hot Wheel on the altar. Yeah, you can. Yep. You could do a Hot Wheel on the altar because it's what it's representing. Thank you for sharing it. It's what it's representing. It's whom you are speaking to. It's you saying, here, I see you. It's you just not, gimme, 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 gimme. It's saying, I recognize you. I know you were good at this, and I really respect you for knowing this. So please, like for my granny, we have traditions in our culture. So New Year's, we always do black-eyed peas, greens, cornbread. We also do gumbo. My granny was just very typical African-American traditions. So every time I do a meal that I know my granny likes, I don't eat meat anymore, but my granny loved fried chicken wings. So anytime I cook fried chicken wings, I would take one of those chicken wings and I would put it on the altar. I would make a small plate. Don't have to be a whole big plate, but it can be a big plate depending on how much you're asking for. But I would make a small plate of black-eyed peas, cornbread, and greens, and some chicken wings, and I would put it on the altar. I had an auntie to just transition. She was into education, and so I got a copy of my book and a paper that I wrote. I put it on the altar because she loved to read. Yes, whatever you need, whatever they liked. The ancestors love what they like. They don't stop liking it. Your grandpa, yeah. Grandpas are big guys. Granny freezing up the live because she wants some wing. The live is freezing again. Yeah, my granny would. My granny wants some chicken wings. Are we back now? Just for a second. Just for a second. Auntie heard about that one. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, my aunt Duck, and she crazy. She the one that would. My auntie Duck is the one that would come up in here with a bottle, playing the OJs, and really sitting here getting deep. She was definitely a spiritualist. My auntie Duck, anytime I dress up, she was one back in the day that when calling somebody diva, like now we call everybody queen. There was a time back in the day, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, that we would call each other diva. And so my auntie loved to call people divas. So anytime I put on heels and I feel like diva energy, I know it's Saint Duck. I know it's my auntie Duck. Yes, there was somebody else that wanted to ask a question. Who else was it? Sierra, you had a question. I want to answer this question before we end the live. I'm so thankful for y'all. I have so much fun when I'm on here. I'm going to be on here tomorrow night at 9 as well. Sierra, can you re-ask your question that you wanted to ask? So I won't scroll up and try to find it. But while you are typing in your question again, I want to let everybody know that I do have private readings. You can book an appointment via the link in my bio. Because I don't do this as a career, I do not promote my private readings. But if you would like an emailed reading from me, it is $77. If you'd like a one-on-one, just me and you on video chat or on the phone, it's $111. If you would like couples or groups for 1 hour with me, video chat is $222. And I do have some clients that have me on monthly retainer where they get 5 hours. They can break it up however they want to, with whomever they want to, and that's only $444 a month. So if you were interested in getting a private reading, those are the prices. You can book an appointment via the link in my bio. How you do that is it'll tell you, it'll show you a calendar, show you what's open, what's not. You can request what you want, and then I send you an email and I'll send you a review of the prices. You agree to it, we confirm, and then it's just me and you for whatever time that you have booked me on. If I am out of your price range, that is okay. I don't get offended by it. If I am out of your price range, that is okay. That's why I come on live and I allow people to ask questions. And if you would like to send a donation, my Cash App is there, and that's fine. If you don't have it, that is okay too. I am abundance, I am money, I am prosperity, and all of my gifts are coming to me regardless of if you have the funds or not. You're not my source. So I don't want that pressure to come through. All right, so I'm gonna get to your question. It was about having trouble with keeping a job. Okay, got you. These jobs. Okay. So let me let you know, Sierra, right now, Ashe, let me let you know, because you are not to be just over broke, J-O-B. You have been positioned to employ. That was quick. Spirit is saying you already know that. You just don't know where to start. So I want you to go to my website. You can go to the same link in my bio, and then you can scroll. It takes you to a link tree, so you can get right where you need to. Go to my website and you can read what I do, like as my business. But you are not to be employed by someone else. Spirit says you are an employer. You just don't know where to start. You have a lot of great ideas. You just want to be at a certain tax bracket, because like many of us, you want to make sure that you are secure in a certain lifestyle. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you are not meant to work for anyone. And so every time you put yourself in a position of employee, Spirit is not going to allow you to get comfortable. But you are powerful. You're a manifester. So you can do it. That's why you don't have time. You don't have a problem with getting hired, because you know what an employer is looking for, because you are one. So you don't have any issues with being hired. When you get here, it gets on your nerves. You're going to get irritated. It's going to come in a way that's going to make you want to leave, because you're not supposed to stay there. Yeah, multiple businesses, Spirit says. I can help you with that. Okay, that's a lie. It's been proven too many times that music is. Brandon is in here and he's a musician. Brandon, are you still here? Sierra, meet Brandon. Brandon, meet Sierra. You guys sharing the gift of music. Hey, Brandon. Sierra just made a comment. Thank you so much for the gift. And she says that she's supposed to be in music, but she's been made to believe it won't work. Brandon is a musician. And so possibly this is opportunity for collaboration, an accountability partner, a creative accountability partner. Ashe, it's not true. Divine Masculine is here to support you. But we are here. We're here with you, Sierra. Yeah, just do it for fun. Everything will fall into place. You're supposed to have multiple businesses, Spirit said. I didn't have to pull the cards. Yeah. So I want to encourage you, Sierra, that with your gift, you don't have to prove anybody wrong. You just prove yourself right. For real. We're here. Throat chakra. Quit telling everybody what you're going to do and just do it. Spirit says you have a habit of wanting to share your plans with a lot of people. And when you share your plans with a lot of people, you open them up to sharing with you their own insecurities and projecting it onto you. So just do it. You don't need to prove them wrong. You need to prove yourself right. You are God. Prove you right. Oh yeah. Your power is in your silence. I believe it was Inyala Van Zant who has a recent clip saying the divine feminine will find her power when she learns how to be silent. Yeah. The Most High has shared with us instructions to tell no one your plans. Divine Masculine is speaking. Ashe, you are welcome. No words, just actions. You know, there are times when we will get in a place where we will be isolated when we're manifesting. And because we allow our avatar and our ego to make us feel that that is loneliness, we start running towards people. But if you ever notice, when you are getting close to something, you are not around a lot of people anyway. People will start falling off when you get focused on what you are manifesting. When you're getting close to your manifestations, people will start falling off. You will find that there are not a lot of people around, but you will then start reaching out, or you will start posting things, or you will start thinking of someone and manifesting them to contact you. Ashe, Kinky Curls. It's been a day full of silence. You'll learn the value of words. Absolutely. Before the lockdown, you'll always share your plans and wonder why they fell through the most. Because they're sending you the evil eye. It's even more powerful if your day of silence is not in solitude. It is powerful if you can be around people. Now, I didn't have the spiritual liberation that I do now back before I was a mother. I became a mom at age 26. And so at 26 years old and becoming a mom, I had learned the power of being silent when someone else is around, and that someone else was my son. And sometimes his dad. We never lived together, but I was always surrounded by someone when I became a mom. And I did find that to be true around my mid-20s, that being silent when there's others in the room is extremely powerful, and it will then shake up other people. People that are not okay with being silent, and you're just sitting there with nothing. I was even in a relationship where nothing's wrong. I'm just being quiet. What's wrong with you? Why are you not saying nothing? Oh, what are you not dealing with? Because nothing's wrong. I'm just not saying anything. Did becoming a mom bring me more spiritual clarity? Absolutely. Yes, do not do it out of spite. Not in spite or despite. No spite. Absolutely. So let me let y'all know my mommy journey really quick, okay? So I didn't know that I was pregnant. My son's father and I were just best friends. We were friends with benefits. That was it. We were not dating. We just, had some fun. He's a musician. I was working in the music industry. We were working with Chuck D at the time and Flavor Flav on a project. Chuck D's cousin, Mecca, was doing some work, and we met up and had a blast. And we would go out to parties in Metro Atlanta, and we would just have fun. And he and I were the two single people, and we would have great deep conversation. And yes, Flavor Flav, Chuck D. I hear the deer behind me, which is so funny. It is hilarious. Okay. Flavor Flav. So yeah, so we were doing some work. I was working on more of the admin side and doing all that other type of stuff. And so my son's father is a musician, very, very talented. He was also engineer and producer. And so Chuck D, okay, tap into that energy, but I'm protected. I'm just saying I can hear, it's very, very dark. So when you hear wrestling behind you, I'm like, make a noise, get them to run. But anyway, yes. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna tell a story really quick. So anyway, so we just hit it off. We were the two single people. So when we went out, thank you for the roses. So we went out, we would go out at night, we would dance together. We were just the single people. We became friends. I had a big girl job. So we were just like moonlighting on the weekend, doing those type of things. And this was back in the day when the Atlanta clubs didn't close till like 4 or 5 in the morning. You know, we young in our 20s, no kids at the time, having a great time. And we had a little too much time. That's why I teased Brandon. I'm like, don't be playing on music for me, because he would offer to play songs for me. I was, you know, working as a songwriter at the time. So I was offering my creativity, and we just really had some great creative chemistry together. And my son was conceived. I know the exact weekend my son was conceived, so much so I went into labor on my due date. My due date was 8/8/08, August 8th, 2008. The first day of the Olympics, all 8s was my due date. I went into labor on my due date. Only 2% of women are able to do that. Let me back it up a little bit more. So he and I were really, really cool. Of course, we became friends with benefits, and it wasn't like consistent. We just, you know, would have fun every now and again. You know what I mean? And he started getting sick. He started getting morning sickness. He started to have, you know, all of these symptoms. And he was just like, I talked to my mom, who's old school from South Carolina. She been dreaming about fish. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, she says someone is pregnant. I didn't know at the time he even had a sister. That's how much we were close, but we weren't close. And he's like, my sister can't have kids, so are you pregnant? And I'm like, nope, I'm not. And why are you telling your mom about your friends with benefits? Because we're not dating. Like, don't talk to me. Don't talk about me to your mama. And he was getting the morning sickness. My monthly cycle was still happening. There was nothing changing. None of that. Yes, deep south. None of that was going on. I wasn't craving anything. Like, everything was perfect. And I was like, you were tripping. So I'm on the phone telling my friend about this, like my homegirl. I was like, how is he telling his mom about me? Like, don't tell about if we had sneaky link back then, that's what we was doing. Like, you don't talk about the sneaky link. So my homegirl said, why don't you take a pregnancy test to prove that you're not pregnant? I was like, I don't want to spend no money. This is crazy. Why would I? I just had my monthly like 2 weeks ago. So while I'm talking on the phone, talking about what I'm not going to do, while I'm talking on the phone, telling her what I'm not going to do, I'm walking to CVS to go buy the pregnancy test, right? So I go buy the pregnancy test. I take the pregnancy test, the EPT, and it was positive. Like it looked like somebody got a magic marker positive, like immediately. I took both of them mugs. So I called him. To this moment, I've never said the words to him, I'm pregnant. I called him on the phone and he knew immediately. That's how you know divine masculines have intuition. I called him. I was like, hey, what are you doing? At that time, he worked, he was a senior software engineer for the CDC as well. So I called him at work and he just so happened to be working from home. And I was like, well, hey, do you want to come over? And he's like, you know, what's going on? You don't call me over. And I was like, well, I want to have a conversation. He's like, shut up. He's like, are you pregnant? Just tell me. And I was like, go get the digital one because it's only 99.98%. And I went to the ghetto CVS and it was like a dent in the box and there's false positives. Like, I'm doing all of this, right? So he gets the digital pregnancy test. He comes over. We take the third pregnancy test and it's blinking pregnant, pregnant, pregnant. So in that moment, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And at this time, it's like December. So it's about to be the holidays. You know, hospitals are not, you know, taking appointments until January. So we went to this medical center that was open December 26, 2007. And she's like, I'm now thinking you had COVID. Yeah, right? This was back in the day before all that. So I'm like, I need to take a pregnancy test. Took a pregnancy test. So it was positive there. They did the blood work, did everything, but I couldn't get the ultrasound until January. So January comes around and the doctor is like, every centimeter of the fetus is a week. He was already 15 and a half centimeters. I was already in my second trimester when I found out I was pregnant. I still was having my monthly. Everything was fine. I carried him full term. He was 6 pounds, 6 ounces, 21 and a half inches long. But yeah, my due date was 8/8/08. I was in labor though for 3 days. That was a Friday, Saturday, and then he was born Sunday, 8/10/2008. So yes, spiritual clarity in motherhood will teach you everything. I can do a whole workshop on just my experience as a mother. I had to get my epidural redosed. It was just crazy. He did split me on the side, so I had to get stitches. It was just really, really crazy. But when he was born, his eyes were wide open. He didn't cry. It was just a lot of things that came together. But even the pregnancy and the connection in utero will offer you spiritual clarity and get you to a place where it's undeniable. And when I say undeniable, I mean you can still deny it, but it will tell you the truth about who you be and where you come from. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, really, I know someone who said they didn't find out till they were 6 months. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't stop. It still didn't stop. It just started lightening up. And by the time I was in my third trimester, I didn't have my monthly. And I believe it was just probably the placebo effect. Did you know he was going to be something special off rip? Absolutely. When I heard 8/8/08 was my due date, I was like, absolutely. Yeah. And immediately when we found out, when we got the third pregnancy test and it was blinking, Spirit had already told me, like, because I was so far along and I was in Georgia at the time, the lady had told me, like, you cannot terminate this pregnancy. You'll have to go to Alabama or go to Cobb County. And immediately Spirit was like, don't terminate. I already knew. You knew your aunt was pregnant before she knew, and I told her it was a girl, and it was. I've been able to predict. I have 5 babies. Yeah, my granny taught me, and I can read auras too, so you're a seer as well. Everyone is spiritually gifted. Yes, we do. We have access to the same spiritual gifting. We all don't practice or exercise them, but we all have access to the same spiritual gifting. Yeah. 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 I want to thank you guys. My son, oh, absolutely. My son is clairaudient. I believe that's why he's hard of hearing in one ear. But yes, he's definitely intuitive. He reads tarot as well. At 14, he started picking it up with me like around 11, playing around. But he's definitely a channeler, a challenger too, a channeler. But yes, he is definitely gifted. But he's a Leo. And I'm a Sagittarius. And so we're like besties, but he loves to push my buttons. And he's gifted. He plays 3 different instruments now. His dad plays 7. My son plays 3. But he wants to be a sports announcer, weatherman, newscaster. He's awesome. Pisces sun and moon, I believe he's going to be clairvoyant and a seer. All babies are. It's when they grow up and start to forget. Right now, your baby can remember. So he's definitely is. You don't have to think what he's going to be. He's definitely clairvoyant right now. You're a Virgo. Yes, Leo. I forgot his chart. I don't even remember my baby's sun. Rising and moon. I'm a Pisces moon. I'm a November Sag. So that's also different. Do y'all hear this? There'd be tons of deer out here. Oh, you're a Cancer. Here's the crazy thing. I attract Cancer men. So the first man who proposed to me and my son's father have the exact same birthday. My stepdad's a Cancer, and my ex is a Cancer. I really do be loving on Cancers. Cancer men. Absolutely. Yo, I love the babies. Cancer rising, Taurus moon. Kinky Curls, you're a Libra. Me and Libras get along very well. We need you. Just me as a Sagittarius, your indecisiveness does not work. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it does not work. It does not help me when I'm trying to be creative. Virgos always come to you, but they be narcs though. Virgos are not necessarily narcs. Virgos are some of the most clairvoyant people. And so they really do be knowing. We just don't like that they know. And they love that they know. So it does come off narcissistic. They be knowing though. Virgos are very gifted people. They be knowing. The Virgo men are the worst. Yeah, because they got egos. Oh, Leo sun. I gotta look at my son's chart. I really don't share his chart a lot because I just protect him in that way. They hate themselves because they see all the details. Sometimes, yeah, they can. Yeah, y'all do be loving that. September 26th. What's September? September, are you a Libra? What is your sun? I don't be having them all memorized. What's up, Michael? The unevolved. You're a Libra? Okay. I do have them then. Yes, it is bedtime. Airhead Aquarius with mega earth energy. Aquarians are the water bearers. Y'all love responsibility. I always have an Aquarius on my team because Aquarius love a good project. Aquarius, if you guys have businesses, always have an Aquarius on your team. Always have an Aquarius on your team. An Aquarius is someone that works well in groups. What's up? Why you just said, hey, I'm about to get off of here? Yes, y'all will get it done, Heavenly. If you are running a business, even if you're not running a business, always have an Aquarius on your team. Have an Aquarius on your side on your team. Let's be clear, because y'all Aquarians can be very vindictive. Y'all can be real nice, nasty. So when you get an Aquarius that's on your side, on your team, they give them a project, get it done. Has anybody heard if you tell your big three, Akashic records can get tapped into? Yes. Absolutely. Boyfriend is Aquarius. Corporate gangsters. Yeah. To your own detriment sometimes. But opening up your big three, your Akashic records can get tapped into. It's just like telling somebody your address. You know what I mean? You tell somebody where you live, they just might show up. But just because somebody knows where you live, they do not have access to insights of your home. If people are trying to dig a little bit deeper, it's because they know how to ask you questions to lead into other information. So people that are being malicious in that sense, and they're trying to send the evil eye or be too nosy, or they doing something without divination, they have asked you information and has collected information, and then they find out your big three. But just having access to your Akashic records, definitely properly, you have to ask for permission, regardless of if you know or not. And that's somebody that's true to it. A lot of times we offer more information than we think we're offering because we don't know, especially if you have not exercised a gift in a certain way and you believe that you're not telling them something, but you are. And so when you, again, then let them know what your big three is, it's not that hard. So you just have to be very mindful. But that's just like you wouldn't tell everybody your address, right? You wouldn't put your address out there where you live. But just because somebody know where you live, they might just drive by. And that might be weird, creepy. Protect yourself. Lock your doors. Shut your curtains at night. But that don't mean they have access to come in. Yep, your spiritual social security number. Absolutely. You feel safe sharing? Yeah. Yeah, this live is protected. I will let you know I don't have the capacity to care that much. And I want you to hear me in love. I do not have the capacity to care that much. Your Akashic Records is not going to do anything for me, especially if you don't have me on monthly retainer. Like, I don't gain anything. I lose time, and then I don't want that karma. I don't want to be accountable for the information that I would find in somebody Akashic Records. So absolutely, you can share your big three with me. I will give you insights if I feel inclined to do so, but I don't benefit from doing it. I do have a life outside of this live. And I don't want the responsibility nor the accountability of the information that I can have access to. As well as I don't have the capacity to care that much. That's why I do embrace my Sagittarian. I'm a November Sag. I have the tail of a Scorpio as well. And where I was raised and the traumas that I've healed from, I could not care less. Like, when I get off this live, I love y'all, but I don't take y'all to sleep with me. I get excited about seeing you because I've missed you. I haven't been thinking about you all day. That's just me. I can't speak for others. But I do love you. I really, really do. Very Dr. Strange. Yes. So I want to share with you guys that I've had an amazing time tonight. I will be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. every night until Spirit has me switching it up. I have been uploading my past lives onto YouTube, so I'm going to add that link soon. But I want you guys to keep coming back and invite somebody back with you on tomorrow night. I do have something planned on tomorrow night. It's also Taco Tuesday tomorrow night, so we gonna dive into it. The big three: your name, birthday, and something else I'm trying to catch up. Oh no, the big three is your sun, your rising, and your moon. Your sun, your rising, and your moon. Abundance upon one and all. Thank you so much, Brandon, for being here. I love Brandon. Can we all tap the screen and share some hearts for Brandon being the consistent divine masculine in here at night? He been rocking with us craziness while he at work. You forget that I'm in Georgia. Oh yeah, you in LA. Yeah, I'm in ATL. It's almost midnight here. Yeah, invite Savannah. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing some love to Brandon. Divine Masculine is sitting in here getting spoiled with all this divine feminine energy. To our boy Robert that came through to get some love in here. Michael came through to get some love in here. So all the divine feminines, when we come over here, we not only honor each other, but we honor the divine masculines that share their energies with us because it feels good. Let me say this. Y'all know I'll be closing like a Baptist preacher. We do love y'all. But let me let you know, Brandon, and every divine masculine that is listening right now, it's a timeless message. Thank you for being open to learn. Let me let you know, it feels good to have men show up and not ask for anything. It is healing to have divine masculine energy here and not being sleazy. It is healing and refreshing and invigorating to have divine masculine here to engage in deeper conversation, especially to a sapiosexual. It is so healing and revitalizing and hopeful and empowering to have a divine masculine here to share their energy, and you're never combative. I thank you for that. I thank you for being the example of divine masculine energy. I thank you for being an example of what we women need, whether we are already committed or not. Thank you for showing up in love that is not transactional, that we can be ourselves and we do not have to defend ourselves against your ego. You do not come with misogyny. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And with that being said, I love all of you. I am going to say goodnight as well. I am looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow night. I'm going to share a little bit extra tomorrow. I'm going to keep y'all updated. Make sure to follow me. Hit up the notifications. If you want an appointment with me, y'all know where to find me. Thank you for those of you who are following me on Instagram. I'm working on the social media thing. Don't think because I ain't sitting here with 100K followers that I ain't gonna give y'all the best that I got. I'm just working on it, and I am so honored, and I am so thankful for you. I am proud of you. You are doing a great job with healing where it hurts. The manifestation is here. The manifestation is here, and we got options. So let's talk about it tomorrow night. Get some rest. Sleep well. Heavenly, thank you so much. I'm about to get some more great sleep. Thank you all. I love you. Mwah. See you tomorrow night.